Hi, I hope that you're extremely good. In this lesson, we're going to answer Mathematics Paper 1, November 2018 session. It's beneficial as well to CAPS and Cambridge students. I'm going to assist you, I and myself. Our first equation, simplify 2 to the power of 3 over 5 squared, giving the answer as a fraction. This is testing if you know exponents. Remember, 2 to the power of 3, it means 2 times 2 times 2. And 5 squared, it means 5 times 5. It means 5 is multiplying itself 2 times. So this is equal to 2 times 2 times 2 over 5 times 5, which is equal to 8 over 25. Because 2 times 2, 4 times 2, that's 8. 5 times 5, that's 25. Remember, we're told to leave our answer as a fraction. So we're going to leave it as a fraction. Let's solve the next question. Now, express 6 over 25 as a decimal fraction. This is very simple and straightforward. Remember, for us to express this as a decimal fraction, we're going to start by saying 25 into 6. It doesn't enter there, so our answer is 0, comma. Then we are going to write a 0 here. Then 25 into 60, that's 2 times, which is 50. Remainder 10. 25 cannot enter into 10. Remember, you then add another 0. And then it will be now 25 into 100, that's 4 times. So it means this is a decimal fraction, that's 0, 24. Let us solve the next question. Express 0,125 in standard form. This is very simple and straightforward. Remember, for us to write this in standard form, it should be in the form a times 10 to the power n, where a is any number between 1 and 10, and n is an integer. And it's a positive if it's a whole number, and it will be negative if it's a decimal fraction like this. So this is 1,25 times 10 to the power negative 1. Let us solve the next question. The following is a list of real numbers. Choose from the list a square number. Remember, a square number is a number which is having a square root. It's a number that we find after multiplying a certain number by itself. For instance, 2 times 2, that's 4. So 4 is a square number. Another example, 5 times 5, that's 25. So 25 is a square number. So from this list, we get 121 after we say 11 times 11. So it means 121 is a square number because it does have a square root. Its square root is 11. Choose from the list irrational numbers. The only irrational numbers we have from this list is root 3 over 2 and pi. Express 4 times 5 cubed plus 3 times 5 squared plus 2 as a number in base 5. This is very simple and straightforward because it's already in base 5 and it's in expanded format. So what you only need to do is to know that if it's to the power this, what number is it having? Remember, 5, they start from 5 to the power 0. I'm going to write them. 5 to the power of 0, 5 to the power of 1, 5 to the power of 2, and 5 to the power of 3. Now let us see. 5 to the power of 0 is having this 2, because 5 to the power of 0, that's 1, and 1 times 2, it will remain 2. You get it? Let me place another line here. And then 5 to the power of 1, it's not there. If it's not there, it means it's 0 or a 0, because 5 to the power of 1, that's 5. You say times 0, it will be 0. So it's unnecessary for us to add it on our expanded format. Now, 5 squared, we do have it, that's 3. And 5 cubed, we do have it, that's 4. So it means our answer is 4302 in base 5. I hope that it's clear. Here we are going to add and we're going to leave our answer in base 2. So how do you do that? Remember, after we add, we are going to write the remainders here. 1 plus 0, that's 1. How many groups of 2 in 1? That's 0, remainder 1. Then 1 plus 1, that is 2. How many groups of 2 are in 2? That's 1, remainder 0. Then 1 plus 1, that's 2. How many groups of 2 are in 2? That's 1, remainder 0. Same here, 1, remainder 0. Same here, 1, remainder 0. And then we are going to remain with 1. So that one we just write it as it is. 1 plus 0, that's 1. How many groups of 2 are in 1, that's 0, remainder 1. So our answer here is going to be 100001 base 2. We are going to subtract this and we are going to leave our answer in base 7. So how do you do that? It's very simple. 2 minus 5, it can't. So is going to be here. We are going to borrow one group of 7, so this 2 becomes 9, and this 3 becomes 4. That's 9. 9 minus 5, that is 4. So we have 4 here. 1 minus 4, it can't. So we're going to borrow one group of 7. So this becomes 8, and this becomes 5. 8 minus 4, that's 4. And 5 minus 5, that is 0. So to write 0 or not to write it, that's 1 is the same thing. So our answer will be 44 in base 7. Express 0045 in 12-hour notation. It will be 12:45 a.m. Remember 000001. We'll start now to say a.m. Actually, from 0000, that will be a.m. Gotha's local time is 3 hours 45 minutes ahead of Harare's local time. Find the time in Harare when the time in Gotha is 21:23, meaning to say 23 minutes past 9. We are told that Gotha's time is ahead of Harare's local time. It means if we are given Gotha's time, for us to know Harare's local time, we are going to subtract. We will subtract 3 hours 45 minutes. Why? Because Gotha's time is ahead with that time. That's why we need to subtract. If you are told the time in Harare, we have to add 3 hours 45 minutes for us to know the time in Gotha. So in this case, we are told the time in Gotha. So for us to get the time in Harare, we need to subtract 3 hours 45 minutes. So how do you do that? 23 minutes minus 45 minutes, it can't, it's impossible. So we are going to borrow 1 hour here, and we will remain with 20 hours here. 1 hour, that's 60 minutes. 60 plus 23, that's 83. And when we now say 83 minutes minus 45 minutes, that's 38 minutes. And 20 hours minus 3 hours, that's 20 minus 3, we're going to get 17. So it will be 17:38. That will be the time in Harare. Remember, 17:38, it means 22 minutes to 6. Convert 5 square kilometers to hectares. This is very simple and straightforward. And for us to convert, we should know the ratio. 1 square kilometer is to how many hectares? So 1 square kilometer is equals to 100 hectares. So for us to convert from square kilometers to hectares, we just need to multiply it by 100. So if you say 5 square kilometers, said 1 square kilometer is equals to 100 hectares. So 5 square kilometers, we just multiply 100 by 5 and it will be 500 hectares. That will be our answer, 500 hectares. For us to convert this to ordinal form, it's very simple and straightforward. How do we do that? You just write it here. 6,07 is to the power positive 4. It means our comma is moving 4 times going forward. So that's 4 times here, there are zeros if there's nothing. So our answer is 60,700. Evaluate 2,53 times 10 to the power 1 plus 6,1 times 10 to the power negative 1, giving the answer in standard form. This is very simple and straightforward. What you only need to do is to change them to ordinal form first, then you add, and then we change our answer back to standard form. So if you change this to ordinal form, that would be 25,3 plus this to standard form, that's 0,61. So 25,3 plus 0,61. Our answer is going to be here, the 0195. It will be 25,91. Then we'll place back this to standard form. It will be 2,51. Actually 9 first. 2,591 times 10 to the power 1. That will be our final answer. In the diagram, AQ and BS are parallel lines such that PQ is equals to PR. APR is 84 degrees and RQS is equals to 90 degrees. Find PRQ. So for us to get PRQ, it's very simple because this is an isosceles triangle. This angle is equals to that angle. If you get this angle, we are going to say 180 from this angle, and then we remain with this and that. Since this and that are equal, we divide the answer by 2. So how do we get this angle? We just say, remember this is a straight line, right? Because these are parallel lines. This is a straight line. So we are saying 180, straight line makes 180 degrees. Remember, 180 minus 84 will get 96. 180 minus 84 will get 96. So this is 96 degrees. We are now going to say 96 from 180, because some of the triangles of a triangle is 180. 96 from 180 will get 84. And then that 84 we divide it by 2 for us to get this angle. If we divide this by 2, we'll get 42. So that's 42 degrees. Our first equation, PRQ is 42 degrees. Then our second equation, QRB. QRB. For us to get QRB, it's very simple and straightforward, because QRB, if this is 42 degrees, and QRB is going to be equal to 180 minus 42, because I want you to check these are Z angles. So it means this angle from here to here is similar to QRB. So we are going to say 180 minus 42, that's QRB. So this becomes 8 and this becomes 3. It means QRB is 138 degrees. That's QRB. Let us solve the next one. QRB is 138. What about the next one? QSR. QSR is identical to this angle because they are Z angles. It's identical to this angle because they are Z angles. You understand? So how do we get it? If we say 42 plus 90, the answer that we are going to get, we now say 180 from that answer. 180, actually 180 minus that answer. When you say 180 minus that answer, then we are going to get this angle, which is identical to that angle. So if you do that, 90 plus 42, 90 plus 42 is going to be 132, and 180 minus 132, that's 48. So it means our answer here is 48 degrees, which is identical to this one. It's 48 degrees as well. So our QSR is 48 degrees. Solve the following simultaneous equation. Remember, there are so many ways of solving simultaneous equations depending on the question. But in this case, any method is applicable here. So you can use substitution, you can use matrix method, you can use elimination. I want us to use elimination. And for us to eliminate, we are going to multiply the first equation by 3 and the second equation by 2. So that we have a similar coefficient. So this is going to be, if multiplied by 3, it will be 6x plus 9y is equals to 33. It will be still equation 1. And then this one, we multiply equation 2 multiplied by 2, it will be now 6x minus 10y is equals to minus 24. This will be equation 2 as well. It will continue being equation 2. But others, they will now say equation 3, equation 4. Anyway, it's one and the same thing. Right, now, we are going to eliminate and we'll say equation 1 minus equation 2. 6x minus 6x, that is 0. So there's no need for us to write it. 9y minus 10y, that's 19y equals, because remember, minus and minus will give us a positive. 33 minus 24, that is 57, because remember, negative and negative will get a positive. And then we will divide both sides by 19 and here by 19 as well. This will cancel out that, so y is equals to 3. It means the value of y is 3, because 19 to 57, that's 3 times. Let me write it here, y equal to 3. We now have the value of y. And for us to get the value of x, we will need to substitute it in one of the equations. I usually advise you to use the equation that will be having small values. In this case, it's equation 1. Let us substitute y equal to 3 on equation 1. Right, so it will be 2x plus 3 times 3 is equals to 11, which is 2x plus 9 equals 11, which is 2x equals 11 minus 9. 2x equals 11 minus 9, that's 2. Divide both sides by 2, so it will be x is equals to 1, right? Therefore, x is equals to 1 when y is equals to 3. It means these are our solutions. The wavelength W is inversely proportional to its frequency f. When f is equals to 90, W is equals to 675. Find an equation connecting f and W. Remember, W is inversely proportional to f. It's like this. And then this one is going to be replaced by the constant k. And we first find the value of our constant k for us to write the equation connecting. So how do you do that? We substitute. W is 675. K over f is 90. And for us to get the value of k, we are going to do cross multiplication. This is the same as over 1. 1 times k, that's k, equals. And 675 times 90, that's 6750. 60,750. So we are going to substitute the value of k, and W and f, they will remain as they are. That's our equation. So it's W is equals to 6750 over f. That's equation connecting W and f. Now find the value of f when W is equals to 500. Remember, anything else you are going to ask, you are going to use the equation connecting or the formula to find the value. So now find the value of f when W is equals to 500. We'll just substitute on this equation, then we'll get our answer. So W is 500. It will be 500 is equals to 60,750 over f. What's next? We're going to do cross multiplication here. So it will be now 500 f. F times 500 is equals to 1 times 60,750. It remains as it is. For us to get the value of f, we're going to divide both sides by 500 and here as well by 500. If we divide this, it's going to be equal to 60,750 divided by 500. That's 121,5. So it means f is equals to 121,5 when W is equals to 500. I hope that you are completely understanding. Write 45,3981 correct to 4 significant figures. Remember, 4 significant figures, we are going to count from 4 because it's a non-zero number. So 4 significant figures, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we look at the fifth number. This fifth number is 5 and above. So we're going to say plus 1 to 9. When you say plus 1 to 9, this becomes 10. When it becomes 10, it means we carry the 1 here. So that 3 will be 4. Our answer will be 45,40. Remember, this 0 is important. It should be there because we are asked to leave it to 4 significant figures. So we want to see 4 significant figures. Remember, a 0 after a number that is not a 0 is counted as a significant figure. I hope that you are understanding. A student spends 8 seconds correct to the nearest second to solve a problem. Find the limits between which this time lies in the form a less than or equal to t less than b, where a and b are constants and t is the time. This is very simple and straightforward. Remember, correct to the nearest second, a student spends 8 seconds, right? So if the student is spending 8 seconds, the number that we can round off and it will give us 8, the biggest number, that's 7,5. That's why there is this, because it's also included. But because here, this is not a not strict inequality, it's a strict inequality. So it means the next number we need is the number that is not included on t. And that number, that's 8,5. Because 8,4, if you round it, we'll get 8 seconds. So here, because we don't have the equal sign, we need a number that won't give us 8. I'm sure that you are getting it. Factorize completely. It's very simple to factorize a number like this. We just remove the common factors. Remember, to factorize is to take out common factors, which will be the highest common factor. In this case, that's 3x. If we remove 3x here, we remain with x minus 5. That will be our final answer. We have factorized completely. If you want to prove it, if you expand it, 3x times x, that's 3x squared. 3x times negative 5, that's minus 15x. If you expand it, you get back there. So we just removed the common factor, which is the highest common factor, 3x. I hope that you understand it. Find the highest common factor of 8k l squared m 28k squared L cubed M and 36L squared M N. This is very simple and straightforward. What you only need to do is to find the highest common factor of the numbers. When you get it, the highest common factor of the algebras is very simple. I'm going to show you. Right, the highest common factor, the first method, we have 8, we have 28 and 36. We find the common factor, that's 2. 4 times here, that's 14 times, and here, that's 18 times. We find another common factor here, that's 2, 2, 7, 9. Do you have another common factor here? No, we don't. So it means our highest common factor for these three numbers, that's 2 times 2, which is 4. So highest common factor is equals to 2 times 2, which is 4. And for the algebra, to find the algebra that is common everywhere, you take the least power, that's L, so it will be L squared, and another common factor, that's M. Is there another one? K here, there is no K here, so it's not a common factor. So it means our final answer, that's 4L squared M. I hope that you are completely understanding. Hey winner, don't be scared. I hope that you've completely benefited from this first episode, and I wish to see you in the next episode. Maths Dr. Mokmufela, Dr. of the real Dr. Pangu Ndasagura, Dazinda Wasare, Feminist, Kanogrives. Stay focused.